Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with another recap of Baddies South. We're on episode 12. Episode 12. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. And it's a baddie keeps it pushing. So as y'all seen or know in the last episode, at the end it shows Krishan Brock getting arrested by the U.S. Marshals. Everybody was like in a state of shock, and it was like, what's really going on? And do we have any say of what's going on? So basically everybody was just, stand still in shock and appalled at like what just really went down. They really held this girl down like she was a criminal that murdered 55 people or shot up a store. The way they manhandled her to the ground and arrested her. And then the fact that they threw a blanket over her like she was like some horrendous person. Like, what? And the fact that she was crying through that whole ordeal, it was just heartbreaking. Like I said in the last video, like I shed a tear for her because that was just sad to watch. And even the girls, they was like, listen, regardless of what they was going through, nobody should be put in that predicament, and nobody should have to witness that going down. Like, so after they took her off, they all was standing outside the hotel or whatever, and just in shock. Eventually they all packed up their stuff and whatever, and they got into the Baddie bus and was heading on to Houston. So once they got on the bus, they all talked about what really went down. Persuasion, she was really like feeling for Rock, because it's like nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to witness that. Like, regardless of what goes on between us, nobody should be, seeing that. Like, she was their sister, regardless of how they all felt about each other. Like, she was their sister. Like, come on, that was truly wrong. And everybody felt the same way. Like, she shouldn't have had to went through that. They shouldn't have to seen that. And it's just like, well, now that happened, you got to put on your big girl panties, face the consequences of your actions, and take that as a lesson learned, because it's real out here in these streets, and you do not want that to happen to you or a family member. And it's just like, well, dang. But yeah, hopefully she does take that as a lesson learned, to put her head held high and do what's best for her from here on out. So they all came to the conclusion that, yeah, that was wrong, but how they did her and stuff like that. But yeah, so they're heading on their way to Houston. This was I think a 12-hour or 22-hour road trip from New Orleans to Houston. That's like almost a day. Whew. So yeah, they all eventually, they took a nap and whatever the case may be, and then they're waking up the next day. Into Houston, baby. So they Persuasion, she goes to Texas like on a regular. So she has some places that she wanted to show the girls once they got there, and they end up pulling up to this house. It's the house on 3rd Ward. Supposedly that's where Beyonce is from as well. So they get to this house, and Jayla tells them, like, listen, this is the house that used to be haunted. Like, back in the day, it used to be all black. It used to have all these bad vibes. And it's like, everybody's looking like, well, dang, they got us living in this house. It still looks creepy. And it's just like, well, dang, I don't want none of these bad spirits and nothing coming to me. So eventually they get off the bus. They go into the house. It looks nice on the outside, but they still have the vibe of it's creepy and it's haunted. They go in the house and they just looking at it. Everything is all vintage. They got creepy photos up and pictures and stuff like that. And it's just like, what in the world? They've got us literally living in this house. But I'm happy because everybody has their own room. And they all have their own bathroom into their room. Like, it was lit. Not for nothing, for it to be creepy or whatever, or supposedly haunted. Them rooms was dope. Like, a 3-level mansion, castle, like, vibe. And everybody's room is spacious. They all got their own bathroom. They got a little seating section, a little mini fridge. Like, they lit. They could live in their room wherever if they wanted to. You ain't gonna never see them together. But yeah, everybody's rooms was nice. When they got to Jayla's room, she had her own little terrace, where people could come out and, you know, just have a vibe. It was so nice. Like, everybody's rooms was gorgeous. Slim's happy. Rolly's happy that they didn't have her bunk beds. So Slim's room has like a little section downstairs, and then she has a stairwell that goes up into where her bed is. So that was dope. Rolly's happy with her room. Ann's happy with her room. Bree's happy with her room. Even though she got a little vibe of, ooh, it's a little spooky here, but it was still nice. Persuasion's room was nice too. Natalie, I don't really think she liked her room, but when she saw what she had in it, she was like, okay, this is cool. But the best room, for me personally, I think I loved was Jayla's room. She had, like, the most space. They didn't really, well, they did show Scotty's room. Yeah, Scotty's room wasn't as big as everybody else's. But, yeah, Jayla's room was beautiful. So, after they set up their stuff in their rooms, Natalie calls them outside to have a meeting. They talk about what was going down. Oh, my bad. Wait. Before they do that, they all check out their rooms. I believe it was... Dang, who? Oh, Bree, Persuasion, and they outside, you know, smoking and talking. They talk about how everything went down between Natalie and Roller. They feel like stuff should have went down the way it did. And, you know, they wasn't really in the midst of everything, but, you know, they came to the conclusion stuff shouldn't have went down like it did. Then also Scotty and Slim, they have a conversation and talk about what really happened between Rolly and Natalie, and it's just like, well, this thing's got out of hand. They felt bad, like, kind of like Roxanne tried to come after Slim, but not Persuasion. Scotty was like, well, it was probably just the heat of the moment, you know, tensions flared up, you know, even after they had their fight, they thought the stuff would die down, but in this case, Rock was feeling some type of way, so she brought it back up, and the energy was just elsewhere. So they all came to the conclusion that, listen, what's in the past is in the past. Then, once Jayla went back into her room, she brought out her sage and she started, you know, saging the place and getting all the bad energy out. Once she got outside to where the girls were, she saged them as well. Then she went back in the house and she saged Rolly, Slim, and Persuasion. But when she got to Persuasion's room, she felt like there was this type of energy that was taking a hold of her, and Persuasion was not like trying to let it go, but she could see that she was a good caring person. And Rolly's looking at Jayla, looking like side eye, because eventually Jayla started crying, and Rolly was like, "Is this real for what?" You could just see her face. She was just like, what this girl really got going on? So eventually, Persuasion started crying too, and then when she did her confession, she was like, well, people have always said that this is this dark cloud of energy that's over me that I will not let go. And if that's the case, you should have been saged a long time ago. Maybe you would have uplifted them demons that you got on you. So they had a heart to heart. They hugged it out. Then they called for their meeting. They all talked about what was the plan and what they was gonna do. So they was gonna go to Anthony's pool party. Then after Anthony's pool party, they was gonna do Area 51 that Persuasion was gonna take them to. So they all went back in the house and started getting ready for the pool party. They got on the bus. Everybody was looking cool and having a good time. They pull up to Anthony's party. They all gave him a hug and all that good stuff. Then they started, doing what they do, being baddies. And then I don't know where Gutter was about to perform. Then out of nowhere comes Miss Sydney Star again, like, why she clocking them? Why she on their tabs? Why she on their time? Like, listen, you was the past. Let them live in the present and let them have their shine. Let them have their 15 minutes of fame. Like, you really doing the most. So she come in trying to take over. Got to get a chance to perform. Everybody was turned on her. They were about to fight her. Relly done threw his drink on her. Anthony done got to the mic. Like, listen, get her out of my party. She not even supposed to be here. And yeah, that was it. Them girls is about to go ham. Like they said, if any insider come and try to take over this territory between us inside girls, we own you. Like, they ain't playing no games. They was about ready to fight. Like, throw them hands. Throw them hands. But yeah, it was crazy. And I'm honestly glad to see, like, even though this is their last stop, Houston, Texas, they didn't have to fight. They didn't have no fight between each other. They was having a good time, doing what they do. Like, and it's sad to say that it took them this long to finally get to where they are now, because they don't have probably missed out on so many failed opportunities because of all the fighting and the arguing. And it's just like, for what? You about to get that money, like, you cutting yourself short by doing all of this. Like, come on now. But then again, they said people love drama, so whatever sells, make their money. By all means, that's on them. So yeah, I hope y'all guys enjoyed this recap. Y'all stay tuned for next week's episode, because it's about to go down, part 2. And with that being said, I hope you guys, enjoyed. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.